Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 49 of Smack Talk here at smarkatmoment.com and youtube.com/smarkatmoment. I am your host, as always, Tony Mango, and with me, as always, two of the usual suspects, Braden Mayhew and Michael Burhan.
Michael Burhan! Yeah.
What?
I was waiting for Braden Mayhew! Still not gonna do it.
Well, I can do like yeah, Brady Mayhew, like you do like a whole Creed Nickelback sort of thing.
You don't have enough of...
Yeah, I don't have anywhere near enough to do that.
With flies wide open.
All right, what we got to talk about this week? We have an Ask Him, we have a bunch of hot tags, and we have the final results for the tournament, and a little bit of talk about what the next tournament's going to be. So that's coming in part 2, but first things first, we have everything that's going on for part 1 here. So Ask Him time. Hit us with part 1 so we can get this wrong, and then part 2, everybody else can get it right. Actually, you know what?
Before I do that, I want to give everybody the answer to last week's, which was karma. Which was so astutely put by the gentleman known as Precan Boy 10. Probably gentleman or lady, you don't know.
You know what? Actually, let's ask him. Is it Puerto Rican boy? Is that what it is?
I think it's something to do. Well, make sure you place it on the comment section. If it's Puerto Rican boy, and if you aren't a girl, I do apologize.
Yeah.
The other mention goes to Araman 1448, or I think it's Armenian 4448,
or
and that's
from
karma as well.
Or from
and also WWE Morrison's, of course. He's always leaves a comment. Great WWE Morrison's, thank you very much. And yes, it was karma. And I Curry, which who got it right last week. So you've all got it right. Congratulations, you are better than Tony Mango.
Yeah.
So
I Curry's kicking some ass.
He's kicking a lot of that. I Curry is managing to actually get everything right, which is brilliant. I like you, I Curry. I think what we should do is, if you do have a microphone and Skype, we should invite you on to be a guest on one of the shows at some point, so we can see if you can outthink the Mango. Right, so
it doesn't work as well as outthink the Fink, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
you can out-tangle the Mango.
Out-tangle them. This is just getting so bad into sexual references.
Hey, you took that in the wrong direction from what I was thinking.
Tony, you know my mind is in the gutter 24/7.
Right.
Those who know me know my mind is in the gutter 24/7. So this week's Ask Him, part 1, is this person. Right, we're gonna figure out who this person is. This person, as we know, the rules are the first part links into the second part. So the first part's for the hosts, and the second part is for you people out there in YouTube land, our viewers, so to speak. Okay, so let's go for it. So the part 1, this person was in the WWE and WCW, and he is involved quite recently in a lot of controversy. He was an actor first, but became a wrestler because, well, Vince McMahon wanted to make one of his storylines from a movie that he produced, which I think everyone's going to get it now.
Zeus.
There you go. It was Zeus. Thank you, Braden.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony, you didn't get it, did you?
No.
Hold your head in shame, Tony.
If you would have continued, maybe I would have thought of it, but not off the top of my head, I didn't get it. No.
But yeah, it was Zeus. And now the link between Zeus was when he was in WCW, and he was with this gentleman who, for some reason, had the weirdest promos on the planet. He first started off as kind of an S&M hardcore devil worshipping kind of character, and then turned himself into the anti-Hogan. Don't say anything, Brandon. I know you know this one. So this is for everyone out there in YouTube land to see if you know your wrestling history. He was the anti-Hogan, and he worked with a stable.
Poseidon.
Every single promo this person had. And for those of you who probably know it, he has been accused of the murder of a very famous professional wrestler who ended up murdering his own family. So to see if you guys get it.
See, I know that one.
If you do know who this guy is, leave the comment in the comment section, and also you can call me an arsehole for bringing up the whole Benoit situation. But yeah, answer to the postcard. Leave it on the comment section, and as always, Curry, beat your best, mate. Destroy Tony, as we always do.
All right, that's it for the Ask Him. Next part, the hot tags. Hot tags, remember we have 5 minutes to talk about the following topics, starting right now. Kelly has been released. We didn't get a chance to talk about this last week because we did it a little bit ahead of time, but she's apparently been released because she wants to pursue other projects, which is a sign that Divas Wrestling is really going downhill even more so because everybody keeps leaving both TNA and WWE, and I'm not surprised because it sucks, and why not go somewhere else and not have to bang up your body and cash in on your body like that? Kelly's got more than a bright future ahead of her.
Well, not to mention the next heir to the company wants to get rid of the division completely. Might as well get out while you can.
Right.
To me, I just see it as the fact is it was about time. It was going to happen. It was a foregone conclusion. Most of the models want to be there anyway, so they can find their way out to something else. They don't want to be there to be champions. They don't want to be there because they're passionate about wrestling. They just want to be there just so they can move on to other projects and put a price up. And as far as Kelly's concerned, I want to point out the fact that apparently she was booked to do an event with Rob Feinstein, paedophile, and then it ended up going tits up because her agent was fucking everybody around. So if that's how your agent does business, Kelly, or Barbie Blank, as she likes to be called now, maybe you need to find somebody else and fire the bitch. Okay, next one.
10 Greatest Paul Heyman Guys list on WWE.com didn't have Taz, which he responded, like, what the fuck, why not? And Paul Heyman responded with, it's because of politics. Do you think that CM Punk is reading from a script when he talks about all the respect and everything? I just found that interesting. I don't think Taz is top 10 of anything for the most part, but...
The thing is, Taz had a lot of potential coming into the WWE, but he was just too injured. They got a guy who literally broke his neck in ECW. In regards to being a Paul Heyman guy, yes and no. I think Taz kind of was beaten to his own drum near to the end of his ECW career. He did what was best for Taz. I don't believe he was a Paul Heyman guy at all.
Yeah, the rest of the roster was, more devoted to Paul and like his entire cause and organization.
Yeah.
Whereas Taz left for more money.
Yeah.
Pretty
the
much.
majority of them did. Him and Sabu's the same. Sabu.
So it's not like everybody under ECW didn't do that. Like a lot of them did. Jericho, I believe he started in ECW, went to WCW. Like after that, I think it was his first major like American promotion signing, and then he moved on to bigger and better things. So it's not like Taz was the only one to do that, but Taz was homegrown talent that left to pursue bigger and better things, and he was kind of an ECW top guy because he was at least a former like multiple time world champion there. So yeah, yes and no.
He had one of the best storylines in the company. If everyone remembers his feud with Sabu, and also the fact that he never could quite get the the ECW championship, and then he brought out another title which was like a mid-card title called the FTW 15 Championship. We all know what FTW stands for, people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have a minute and 45 left for these other topics. Real fast, Skyler Moon, a.k.a. Buggy Nova, is in rehab, not for drugs, but for an eating disorder. Hopefully she gets it sorted out.
Yeah, hopefully she gets it sorted out. No comment on that. Eating disorder is like a huge thing.
Right.
Yeah. They even take lives. And these aren't just, like adults who suffer from this. Like even like it's crazy that even kids like ages between like 10 and like 17 suffer from this kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal, and if it's being taken care of right away, I can only hope for the best for her.
Yep.
This is serious
agreed.
stuff.
Down to a minute here. Ryback can't pick up Tensai. They should have figured that out ahead of time. And it's kind of one of the reasons now, I guess, that Vince McMahon is down on Tensai as well as Brodus Clay. Because it's the whole, we're not, we have a problem, so we get down on the person themselves. Cameron causes a problem, so we'll get down on Brodus Clay. Tensai ends up not being great in the ring. We'll get down on him and not blame Ryback for not being able to pick him up. Or,
Or basically Tyron Terrell fucks something up and then Drew McIntyre gets de-pushed because of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we've all been there. In terms of Brodus Clay, I feel bad for him because he's going to end up getting fired at some point. I don't see him lasting. In terms of Tensai, again, I don't see him staying there for quite a long time. He hasn't got an established look. They tried to play him off as a monster. He's not a monster. They need to start letting these guys do what they're there to do instead of leaving them in limbo.
Hmm.
All right, the time is up, and I'm gonna let Braden get his in.
Well, I think they soured on Tensai well before, Ryback couldn't pick him up. I mean, he's been jobbing to everybody
Yeah,
within the last like 3 months, maybe even longer than that. And Brodus has actually been jobbing himself for a while either. I think they just know that these guys aren't really stars. I think Brodus's gimmick is at least marketable,
I think
like his whole
Brodus needs
Funkasaurus
he needs to
thing,
switch over to the monster and be the actual heel that he
And
should be.
they
no, but
tried that though. I actually
yeah,
found him more entertaining as like the lovable goof who dances to the ring, believe it or not. So at least he kind of had some marketability there. But like as far as workers go, yeah, I can see why the company would sour on them. They're just not that good.
yeah, no, I agree.
All right, then that's it for the hot tags. Next part, we're going to talk about the hottest divas and knockouts tournament, and the next one that's going to come after that. Uh, and then that should be it for the show. So check out part 2 after this one.